All right, and we now move on. Now, on the US court dismissing charges against Gautam Adani, senior advocate Vikas Pava has said it is highly significant for the group because the indictment took place in the US last year, generating considerable negative publicity. The Department of Justice itself acknowledges that the alleged bribery transaction never actually occurred in the US, it took place in India. Let's listen in.
ये ग्रुप के लिए तो बहुत सिग्निफिकेंट है क्योंकि ये यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में इंडाइटमेंट हुआ था और लास्ट ईयर हुआ था, इसकी काफ़ी नेगेटिव पब्लिसिटी हुई, जबकि डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ जस्टिस ये कहता है कि जो ट्रांजैक्शन है, जो एलिज ट्रांजैक्शन है ब्राइबरी का, वो यूएस में कभी हुआ ही नहीं, वो इंडिया में हुआ है, उसका जुरिडिक्शन कभी यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के पास था ही नहीं। और जो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ जस्टिस ने अब बाद में एप्लीकेशन लगाई है 2026 में, उससे ही काफ़ी रिलीफ अडानी ग्रुप को मिल गया था, क्योंकि डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ जस्टिस के 4-5 बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट ग्राउंड्स थे। पहला ग्राउंड तो ये था कि ये चार्जेस कभी फाइल ही नहीं होने चाहिए थे। फिर उसकी टाइमिंग को भी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ जस्टिस ने बोला था कि टाइमिंग ठीक नहीं है। जब वो सरकार शायद चेंज हो रही थी तो उस टाइम ये चार्जेस लगाए गए थे, इंडाइटमेंट हुआ था, और कई सारे ऐसे पॉइंट हैं। मैं समझता हूँ ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है, बहुत सिग्निफिकेंट जजमेंट है।
All right, let's go across to my colleague Pragati joining us on this. Pragati, what damages have been asked for the Adanis to pay for the dismissal of the case?
Yes, for the U.S. Federal Court has now dismissed the criminal charges against Adani Group chairman Gautam Adani and his nephew Sagar Adani, bringing the high-profile U.S. criminal case to an end. The charges stem from them, and in the filed in November 2024, U.S. prosecutors had alleged that Gautam Adani and other executives were involved in a scheme involving more than $250 million in alleged bribes to Indian government officials to secure lucrative solar power contracts. Prosecutor had alleged that information about the alleged bribery scheme was concealed from the investors and lenders, including investors in the U.S. The Adani Group and the accused has denied the allegation. The latest development is significant as the U.S. Justice Department itself moved to dismiss the criminal case. The federal judge has now approved that request and dismissed the charges with prejudice, meaning that the same criminal charges cannot simply be brought again. However, the judge did raise concern about the heavy and the way the Justice Department handles its decision to abandon the prosecution. The court examined whether political or other consideration had influenced the decision, including Gautam Adani's earlier pledge to invest around $10 billion in the U.S. But that judge concluded that the available evidence did not establish that the investment pledge improperly influenced the dismissal, and the Justice Department had argued that the case presented significant challenges, including the fact that alleged conduct took place largely outside the U.S. and that providing the charge would be difficult. And the criminal prosecution has now been...
All right, thank you, Pragati, for giving us those details. We are taking a very quick commercial break. Thank you for watching NewsX.